Konnichiwa minasan, kyo desu. So I will be looking at a video from the YouTube channel called Cal McKinley. And it's 11 things to not do in Japan. I think I've educated myself a lot about what not to do in Japanese culture, but I'm always open to learn new things. And again, anything that would help me next time I go back to not do anything that's offensive would help. So without further ado, ikimashou.
Japan has a rich and complex culture that make it a favorite travel destination of many, but it also makes the country really easy for tourists to embarrass themselves in. Here are 11 things that you should absolutely not do while in Japan. Number 1, don't tip. Tipping is not a part of Japanese culture, and someone will probably come running after you with your money if you do. Now, in some restaurants, you'll see a vending machine where you just insert your money and you choose whatever food item you want, so there's actually no waiter that you could tip. Either way, don't leave a tip because it's actually considered insulting to the waiter. Number 2, cover your tattoos. Tattoos in Japan are generally associated with criminals and yakuza. Because of this, tattoos are frowned upon in Japanese society, and most pools and bathhouses bar anyone with a tattoo from entering. Number 3, don't hand cash to cashiers. Now this may seem like a contradictory statement, but in Japan, almost every convenience store will use a tray that you're supposed to place the money on. This is used out of convenience so that the coins don't fall everywhere, and also so that everyone can see exactly what's happening with the money at all times. Number 4, Japanese-only restaurants. Now this may seem kind of crazy, but some Japanese restaurants will not allow any foreigners into their establishments. That is because while the Japanese can be very friendly and welcoming, there are some aspects of their culture that make them a little xenophobic. There's really no way to tell whether or not a restaurant is Japanese only, but you'll know pretty quickly as soon as you walk in. Usually what happens is a waiter will wave his or her hands no, you'll be told to leave, or any combination of those. Number 5, don't talk on trains. The volume of your voice is extremely important in Japan, as everyone is hyper aware and very respectful that they share their space with others. That means talking loudly or speaking on the phone in trains is a definite no, and you should avoid it as best you can. Number 6, proper chopstick use. This is a big one because chopsticks are used to eat almost everything in Japan. The main things not to do with your chopsticks are not to eat directly from common dishes, always take the food and put it on your plate first and then eat it, don't point chopsticks at people as it's considered very rude, don't cross them and don't leave them sticking out of a rice bowl as that is part of funeral ceremonies, and don't rub your chopsticks together after you break them apart because that's rude and disrespectful to the chef, by assuming he purchases poor quality chopsticks. Number 7, don't wear shoes in the house. Like most people, the Japanese don't want the dirt from outside getting in the house. They take it one step further though and provide slippers and shoe cubbies at the front door.
Yep.
Even some restaurants will ask customers to take their shoes off before coming inside. Number 8, drinking etiquette. This is a big one if you go out with any Japanese while in Japan. There are subtle rituals that show respect towards the person you're drinking with. The first is whenever you receive a drink, always receive it with 2 hands to show respect towards the person pouring. Also, never pour your own drink first as it's considered selfish. You should pour others' drinks and then put the bottle down and someone else will take it up and pour your drink for you. If you're not trying to get absolutely hammered, make sure that when you're done, you leave your drink full. Because the way it works is whenever someone sees an empty glass, they'll just immediately pour you another one. Things can get crazy pretty quickly if you're not careful. Number 9, how not to eat sushi. Fish have been the central part of the Japanese diet for centuries, and they've developed tons of different ways to better enjoy the fish. So it's not a bad idea to get to know some of them. The first mistake that most people make is ordering a bunch of sushi at once, instead of a little bit at a time, which they recommend. That's because the temperature of the fish actually matters. You're supposed to eat it as soon as it comes onto your plate. That's why you sit right at the bar in most sushi places in Japan. The next big mistake that people make is dunking the rice directly into the soy sauce, which makes it absorb way too much. The correct way to do it, if you're going to do it at all, is to flip the fish over so that just the backside of the fish touches the soy sauce. This allows the soy sauce to enhance the flavor of the fish, but without drowning it out. Number 10, don't expect to use your card. Japan is a cash-based society, and they're generally skeptical of credit cards. So almost every place that you'll visit will use cash. Don't worry though, because the 7-Eleven ATMs will work with any card and are open 24 hours a day. It's not unusual for Japanese businessmen to grab 30 or 40,000 yen before they leave the house. Like I said, everything here is done in cash. Last but not least, number 11, receiving business cards. This is another good one if you plan on meeting people while in Japan. When exchanging business cards, always receive the card with two hands and study it carefully before putting it away. Don't shove it into your back pocket carelessly, as it may be interpreted as being rude. It's best to carefully place it into your wallet to show that you respect them and the business they work for. If you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you, it means a lot. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video.
That was a great video. That one thing I didn't know was when you receive alcohol, you're supposed to hold it with two hands. And I didn't know that. I see very much Japan as a society centered around not offending people. So I see why, generally speaking, it seems like Japan or the Japanese people stay away from very taboo subjects, or they try their best not to stand out because you don't want to offend people. However, sometimes in my mind, I'm like, you'll always be offending people. You'll never not offend somebody. And I wonder sometimes if you believe that Japanese people are weak, mentally speaking. Do you think it's because they've been trained to always care about what people think and not to offend anybody? Because sometimes I do think about that, you know, because even if you even count our channel, we seem very controversial in a lot of things because we cover a lot of taboo or very heavy subject matter. So, and I have the personality that I'll say how I feel. Of course, I'm kind and I consider people's feelings, but I'm not going to allow, you know, the opinions of someone of me to stop me from doing what I plan on doing. But I'm interested to know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. But yeah, great video. I love learning about Japan. I do miss Japan significantly, especially riding the trains. Definitely, as soon as I can, I will be back. But great video. So if you guys like the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. ありがとうございます。みんな、気をつけて。じゃあね。